Good afternoon, January the 4th, 2016. Time to wrap up our first day of trading in 2016. We had a pretty good day on all of our market calls. Not perfect. We came in with the idea, first trade of the day was to find a place to get short. We had hoped to get short at 5, then at 2,000, and the trades came against it, so we had to lower our sell zone twice off of our homework from 645. The 3 level held up before the day session opened up, and after that selling against 2,000 was as good as you could do. Really, the trade setups worked fine. Green dot over that bar, retest failure, plus V bottom, plus S, plus V bottom off of that bar, plus S, plus S, plus V bottom, B, all of those were small winners. Retest failure, least a scratch, retest failure, plus V top, scratch, maybe a plus. Mean green trade in here, scratch, maybe a plus. Retest failure, plus. Retest failure, plus. Talk through this trade live on the screen right there, taking out that bar's low, plus, and the market is drifting lower. So idea was find a place to be short. On our updates throughout the day, we're never interested in really being long. Find a place to sell it. As long as we stay below 2,000, the market should trade lower. So what are the F1 screen tell us about what might be coming tomorrow without news? Lower high, lower low, and a lot of range. Look for a place to sell it on the F1 screen. On the F2 screen, pretty square distribution, but volume is below where it has been. You can see volume here, here, and here. So volume is moving lower in the distribution. If we get a new move late out of this 1990 area, take out today's low, that will really confirm the selling. But if the market was to close right here, we'd be trying to sell the 90-92 area, sell 1, and then 95-97 for sell 2. On the buy side, we'd be trying to buy 80-82 and 75-77 for buy 2. Tomorrow's news is limited to vehicle sales. Total looking for 18.1, a little bit lower than last month. Lots of specials were run. And then domestic automobile manufacturer sales at 14.2, a little bit below last month's too. So we do have a little bit of fundamental news. The focus will be what will happen in China's market and the European markets overnight if the selling continues there. And again, we have not had very much in the way of good news today. Fundamentally, people are lowering their forecasts. The fundamental news that was scheduled is coming in lower than forecast. So right now, everyone's pretty well convinced that we're in a manufacturing recession that might spill over into the broad economy, and that while the Fed may be able to raise interest rates one more time, they're probably not going to be able to do it for the 3rd time. And that's where Ray Dalio's forecast was last fall. He says the Fed cannot raise interest rates in a meaningful way. Maybe twice, but not much more than that because of the fragility of our economy and the world's economy. And it's not going to get any better for us because of the strength of the dollar. K on Treasuries, the 10-year higher low, higher high. Look for a place to buy it, especially if the E-mini continues to sell overnight. Definitely a B. Volume is above time, so if we don't take out this 126 area, 126.04 sets up for a pretty nice buy. So 1 to 5 will be buy 1. And 25 to 29 will be buy 2. On the sell side, we're back to where we were this morning. We wanted to sell failure to take out 16 to 20, and that's pretty much where we were. Last rotate up, stopped in the 12 area. We're at 7.5, so selling failure to take out 12 to 16, sell 1. 19 to 23, sell 2, and if the E-mini is selling, we don't want any part of the short side. Okay, several distributions lower. The knob spread got pretty wide this morning. We were wanting to sell, failure to take out and hold the 8 to 12 area today. We did make it up to 14. 155 was the clear break of the market. And as long as we stay below 155, this market can sell. So knob spread expansion, knob spread contraction is going to give us a lot more volatility in this contract than we have in the 10-year, as we've learned to appreciate and expect. So 154 is the number right now. We're at 14. Rotate down was looks like the low of 7. So first buy is 4 to 8. Break that. I think we're headed a little lower, 25 to 29 for buy 2. On the sell side, I had a pretty nice spill right here from 21, so sell failure to take out 20 to 24. And then 31 to 03 for sell 2. Looking at gold, mixed profile right here. It feels a little heavy. Inside we got volume above time is the problem, so that's probably got a trading range, not a real strong profile to work. So 79.81 sell 1, 83.85 sell 2. On the buy side, 71.69 buy 1, and buy 2 65.67. So support basically 65 to 70, and resistance is 80 to 85. And we'll plan on working that range. Okay, crude. I gave you those 3 articles on crude. They're lengthy. And you know, the bottom line is, when you put all those articles together, is that Saudi Arabia is the source of all funding for the Wahhabi version of Islam, which is the jihadi form of Islam. And we've cut all these relationships with Saudi Arabia early on to protect the oil. Started back before World War II, but definitely after World War II. And it was a marriage of convenience. But all along we have overlooked the fact that the world's biggest global sponsor, not directly but indirectly, of terrorism is Saudi Arabia. And we've never come to grips with that problem. And until we're willing to come to grips with that problem, it's hard to see how things can improve in the Middle East. Saudi Arabia exported terrorism, gave the Wahhabi sect an outlet, and they've been pretty effective at taking over the world. 80% of the mosques, which is the loci of the center of this type of indoctrination for that philosophy, is funded by Saudi Arabia and Persian Gulf states. So, in 79, Iran rose to the top, and part of it was in response to offsetting the Sunni dominance and power as the spokesman for Islam, and part of it was in retaliation for the United States. And so we have the biggest overt sponsor of terror in Iran against the United States, and the biggest covert or indirect sponsor of jihadi Wahhabi Islam in the form of Saudi Arabia. Until the United States comes to grip with that and attacks it straight on, the problem can't get a hell of a lot better, and therein lies the problem. Always tough to do what is necessary to do early in the process. So it'll take some sort of catastrophic event for the United States to mobilize and get in and do what's needed to be done for a long time. Not to conquer, not to take over real estate, just go in there, put the genie back in the bottle. And I don't see that happening without a catastrophic event somewhere. Okay, crude oil. Definitely a seller at 38.50 to 40. That would be your sell zone. Probably going to be held up a little bit right here because of what's going on between Iran, Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, the Gulf states. Got a buyer below 35.50. This is our buy zone. Longer term, I think the sell side is where you want to be. Pretty weak close. Looking for a place to sell it off this screen. See if we can't take out support in the 35.50 area tomorrow. Definitely a B. Market's definitely pointed lower. Be tied somewhat to news announcements overnight. So we got a very, very clean break right here in this 36.75, 37 area. It's aggressive. Sell one. Next sell zone would be 37.50, 37.75. Open it up a little bit for sell two. 36 and a quarter, 36 even. Buy one. 35, 50, 75, buy two. And last but not least, the euro. Lower high, lower low on the F1. Find a place to sell it, and on F2. Definitely right here. So we're at 108.50, then 108.75, then 109. So we're trying to trade a little higher right here. So on the optimistic side, let's sell 75. Be prepared to get short in the 108.50 area. Number two, 109 even. On the buy side, 108.25, buy one. And stops below 108 would be buy two. And not much in the way of news. Everybody will be watching to see what China does with their currencies overnight and how their stock markets react after they stop trading on all exchanges. That has never worked in the free world. It might work over there. Doubt it. But that would be their hope. Hey, we had a great first day of the year. I had more than our fair share of electronic glitches this morning. Hopefully they will be behind us. I'll see you bright and early in the morning. You all have a great evening.